Hi, and welcome to British Dad Reacts. My name is John, and thank you for watching. And if you like this kind of content, then you know what to do. This review somehow felt difficult for me to do, I think. It's a great song, there's no question of that. But somehow it feels a little difficult. I'm not sure why. But it challenges things. It challenges, and it raises a lot of questions. It's from 1974 by Gil Scott-Heron. And it's from an album that he released with Brian Jackson called The Bottle. And that's the name of this track. In America, the album was released as Winter in America in 1974.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. You see that black boy over there running scared? His old man in a bottle. He done quit his 9 to 5. He drink full time, and now he's living in a bottle. See that black boy over there running scared? His old man got a problem, and it's a bad one. He done pawned off damn near everything. His old woman away to beg for bottle. And don't you think it's a crime when time after time after time people in a bottle?
So this is one of the more well-known Gil Scott-Heron tracks. I think probably his biggest one was The Revolution Will Not Be Televised. He was born in Chicago in the US, and he spent many of his early years in Tennessee with his grandmother before moving back to the Bronx in New York, where he was a smart guy. He attended a prestigious school with a scholarship, and he went on to university in Pennsylvania, Lincoln, I think it was. His mother was an opera singer and was extremely successful. His father was a soccer player, and he also became famous, particularly in the UK, or in Scotland at least, becoming the first black player ever to play for a famous Scottish football club called Celtic, playing green and white hoops. And he was adored by the fans when he started. So this was the background to Gil Scott-Heron and his life growing up. He first started recording in 1970.
People living in the bottom. Listen to me. See that sister, her shop was fine. She's finally drinking wine in the bottom. She told me, oh man, committed a crime. He's doing time. Now she's hanging in the bottom. I seen her out there on the avenue all by herself. Sure need help from the bottom. I seen her, your man tried to help her. She was showing up in the bottom.
Just in some of the previous parts of the verse there, he refers to someone who was a doctor who was struck off for his practice and carrying out abortions for women. And he ended up losing his practice and turning to drink. And that's what this song is about, The Bottle. It's about alcoholics. And apparently Gil Scott-Heron wrote this about alcoholics that he saw on the street in Washington, D.C. There's such a strong social message here from a song from 1974, 50 years ago. And many of those issues haven't changed.
Oh, hit a lick one time, stick. If you ever come looking for me, you know where I'm bound to be in the bottom. Turn around, look around on any corner. If you see some brother looking like a goner, it's gonna be me. Sing the song. Na 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 na. Get a bottle of wine, $1.09, get a bottle of wine, $1.09, get a bottle of wine, and a bottle. Yeah, all that I'm concerned about is a bottle. It can turn me inside out of a bottle. All I want is all I want is all I want is all I want. Since I'm living on the bottom bottle. Yeah,
I wanted to use the video, the official original video, just because of the historical context that it shows of people on the streets. And looking at it, I'm guessing this is probably New York. And obviously, Gil Scott-Heron, or Gilbert Scott-Heron, which was his full name, spent his late teenage years and obviously in through, I guess, early 20s in the Bronx in New York. The song, and you saw Brian Jackson there playing the flute, obviously Gil Scott-Heron singing and playing the keyboards. There's a real kind of, jazz, funk, soul, Caribbean style to this song. And it is a great song in itself in terms of the rhythm. The content obviously raises bigger issues. Also, it was very interesting that this song, and I've talked about this in some other videos, there was a music scene in the early 70s, mid 70s in the UK called Northern Soul. Lots of DJs bringing over many undiscovered or new tracks, singles from the US and playing them in clubs. And that kind of 4 on the floor beat was the kind of almost defining factor. This was one of those songs that a lot of people in that Northern Soul music scene knew. And they knew it because they danced to it. It was a kind of slow shuffle dance in the clubs. As I said, for some reason, I think I still find this challenging because I think the social commentary about the impact and what happens to people who become addicted to alcohol. And the other social statements made, I think, in this song. Gil Scott-Heron is revered by many artists for his music, his social commentary, his writings. And he's often cited as one of the great influences on some jazz, soul, funk, hip-hop, and rap. I think, as I said, I just wanted to cover this song because I think it's a great song. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much.